listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Arrow After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Arrow After Show.
Hey Arrow fans, what's going on? I'm Alikona Bradford here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We're winding down season 2 of one of your favorite shows, Arrow, of course. And with me today is a lovely young lady.
Hi everyone, Yael Tygiel here.
And we're just gonna let the song play for a little bit because it's a great song and it totally goes with the theme because yes, heads will roll.
Yeah, they will.
So this episode entitled Seeing Blood.
City of Blood.
City of Blood. I want to say Seeing Blood because I saw a lot of him.
Yeah.
And he got on my nerves. For the record, before we start the show, I am dressed. I am not naked. I know it looks like that. And gosh, doggy, every time I wear a halter top, I don't realize till I get here that I look like I have nothing on. So for the record, I have on a dress. Okay, let's start the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
On that note.
On that note, let's talk about the funeral.
Oh.
That was a terrible transition. So anyway, but we start off with the funeral. Mm-hmm. Oliver's obviously not there.
Yeah.
Makes sense, but at the same time, does it bother you at all?
That he wasn't there?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. It was heartbreaking. Thea, she said it later on in the show that she is homeless and jobless and familyless. She's an orphan.
Yeah.
And her only family member, her only blood relative, wasn't at the funeral of their mother.
This is how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. I understand. You are very upset. That makes sense.
Right.
However, I feel like it was a cop-out. Mm-hmm. He really, I mean, I understand that that's what the producers were going for, the writers were going for. They want Oliver at his ultimate low. You can't have a peak without a valley, right? Yeah. So obviously this is his low. He's feeling sorry for himself. And even though I don't think he's directly meaning to, he's slightly victimizing himself.
Oh, he's totally victimizing himself. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not like he's doing it intentionally and he's being selfish and it's all about me, but in a sense it is all about me, and if I can go away and give my life, my family will be safe. So it's weird. It's a selfish sacrifice.
Yeah, it's a pity party. He's having a pity party. That's what he's doing.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second layer that he had going into that, if I am correct, okay, first of all, Amanda Waller knew where he was. Of all people, she tracked him down.
She's so scary. The fact that she could find out and she was like, oh, he's at his lair. And they were like, no.
We were at the lair.
We were at the lair. No, his other lair. What? How do you know that, weirdo?
Right?
Creepy.
Well, not even that, but I was a little bit, not disappointed, but if I was his team and I was his partner and I was Diggle and I was Felicity and we share everything. Like, we're buddies and we're a team.
Oh, yeah.
And you totally had the secret layer that I knew nothing about.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he was like, I have this secret lair, you're never allowed to go, that's one thing. But like, no, I'm never going to tell you that I have this place where I go and think and reflect.
Right. For safety purposes, just being more on the logical side, for safety purposes, you should have told your team.
100%.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed. Stamped. Approval. Next topic. Okay. So let's talk about Walter. Walter comes back. We haven't seen him in a long time.
I missed him so much.
Did you?
I love him. He's so wonderful. He's so great.
You know what I think about Walter? I think Walter is a real man. Gentlemen, ladies, and this is why I say this. Because throughout all the tumultuous times, no matter what was happening between him and Moira or anything else, he always was so, these are not my kids, but they are my kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, he took them in, and even at this moment where Thea was going on her rant about, you know, I'm an orphan, and I'm this, and I'm that, and he's like, but you have me.
Yeah.
And she totally disregarded him. Thank you, but no thank you.
Well, I mean, she also is having kind of a pity party.
Hello?
But, I mean, we're not saying, I just want to make it clear that we're not saying that the death of their mother isn't a legitimate reason.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, have your pity party. We're just saying you're having a pity party.
Yes. Well, she I mean, she's young. She's a teenager, a late teenager. But at the same time, I feel like she has every right to be upset, but she's definitely handling it the way a young, and this is no offense, obviously we've all been there or are there, but you know, handling it in a way to where she's not able to see anything from anybody else's perspective or point of view. It's just, you've done this to me, you've lied to me, this is all your fault. And she did make a reference to Walter when saying, you know, all this happened because people are liars. She didn't say that verbatim, but that's what she was getting at is, you know, if Oliver hadn't lied, you know, turns out Slade knew my brother, this psychopath hates my brother for whatever reason, now he's taking it out on my family. And maybe if Oliver would have told us, we would have been warned. You really think if Oliver told you that was going to stop anything that was happening?
I mean, her whole argument the entire season has been tell the truth, be honest, tell me everything, no more secrets.
Right.
Trust and love and whatever. And I think that she's just trying to say, like, hey, maybe Mom would still be alive if he hadn't lied and kept this secret. Then again, that wouldn't have saved you because he's still, like,
Psycho.
He still kidnapped you.
He still hates you.
Yeah.
He still hates your family. He doesn't hate you, per se, but he hates Oliver.
Right. Like, you had protection. You had Diggle watching out for you. And that, you know, clearly didn't stop him. So, like, knowing isn't going to stop him.
Right, exactly. Granted, I don't want to take away anything from Thea. Like, she has every right to be very upset. So don't get me wrong. Every right to be upset. But like you just said, her knowing wasn't going to stop anything.
Yeah.
And she needs to see that a lot of the lies, though it's not correct to lie, and amen, tell the truth, you're right, you're very right, but everyone is doing this to protect you. Just like when Oliver was about to take his suicide mission, you know, one of the things he said to Thea was, you know, keep your innocence or your genuineness, or you have a great heart out of all of us. Keep that. Don't lose that. Everyone's just trying to shelter her because she's the baby.
Not just because she's the baby, but because she's the only one who hasn't been corrupted. You know, like, even though Oliver is the hero, he is a superhero, he's corrupted, he's a bad guy, he's killed people.
Yeah.
You know, and Moira's very much not clean. We can't say that she is. And so Thea is the only one who is clean. He's saying, like, we want to make sure you stay that way.
Yeah. So what did you think of her wanting to leave town?
I think it was the right decision, especially after Oliver said, get out of town and get safe.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, Thea. That's rare that, you know, someone on a show is told, hey, you should leave town, and they do. I think it'll be better. I actually thought that she would get out of town and just not be there for the next few episodes. That's what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was very dramatic as well.
Yeah. Not as much. I know we're not in predictions by any means, but before I forget anybody's tweet, thank you so much for tweeting at us. But at Ash5608, a prediction is that Walter is going to get the company back. Excellent prediction. Because something has got to happen. It's not going to keep going this direction. Isabel, let's talk about Isabel. She is driving me crazy. Every moment that she had camera time, I was saying the B word. Like, I had no other words that wanted to come out of my mouth. I was speechless. It just kept... like, that's what just kept happening. I don't know about for you, but did anything during that all her moments irritate you?
Honestly, I'm just really glad that they're finally using Summer Glau to her potential. I think that up until this moment, we have not gotten to see her be who she is. Like, Summer Glau, for those who are fans, know that she is an amazing actress. She is a kick-ass, badass fighter. And, like, I have been waiting to see her do something other than, you know, walk around in a pretty suit.
And be cute.
Yeah. She looked beautiful. And finally, we're there, and I'm so excited to see it.
I still hate her. Not to cut you off, but I still hate her.
I get that her character is,
there you go,
is someone we hate. I'm just so happy that we're finally using her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She came back. First of all, I was like, how dare this woman have the nerve to show up to Moira's after party?
That was so effed up, to show up at the reception of a woman's funeral. That's
and then
so
be on top of that.
Yeah.
And then when she came out, going all the way to the end of the episode, but when she came back and she's telling Diggle, you know, you killed me, I want to return the favor.
Yeah.
First of all, he caught on to her because she was just up and at him, so obviously she has a Mirakuru. But what did you think about the little mini Slade mask that she had going on?
It's the female version.
She looked like a light bulb head.
No,
Sorry.
I agree. The whole...
It was...
Whatever was going on with her face was unpleasant.
Yeah.
I would have preferred her to be in her own cool mask or something.
I agree. I don't know, it just looked weird with the ponytail in the back, and it just didn't look... Rather being threatened and scared by her, I was more so looking at her like, oh, huh? Well, that's how I felt. I know this is so superficial.
No, but she's not really part of the army. Like she's
right.
not.
She is her own. She
her
should
own
stand
thing.
alone and be her own character, which she does eventually evolve into somebody else. Maybe they're just waiting for the evolution.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. I wish they would have set her apart, other than the like half mask thing.
Yeah,
I agree that was
a little weird. Either have the whole mask on or don't have the mask on.
It's just like that thing with the Huntress, when I was like, why is she wearing a mask? I don't want to pick on people for their masks.
But we know who you are.
Yeah. But
we already know everybody refers to you as Helena, so why are you still wearing the mask?
Yeah.
Agreed, very much so.
Again, I'm not going to be like, hey, what's with the mask? But what's with the mask?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I do want to talk, since we're saying masks and this and that and whatever. You and I were talking about the army of men.
Yes.
And we didn't want to get slapped for this, but I'm sorry, I have to bring it up on air. And please feel free to fill me in. I have no problem admitting that I don't know what's going on in this point. But okay, so we have these army of soldiers that were obviously delinquents, if you will. They were on their way to jail. Then they got souped up with this Mirakuru, and now they are all following Brother Blood and Slade Wilson and this whole mass taking over the city. I get that you guys are all bad people, and taking over the city sounds amazing, but what did you get promised exactly to where you're willing to follow whatever these people are telling you? Because if it were me, and I got souped up with some Mirakuru, I might promise you something until I get it, and then when I'm strong and I'm buff, peace. I'm gonna start my own army. Why should I follow yours? So please do give me your feedback.
I'm gonna assume it's similar to the last Dark Knight film, where the bad guys were all told like, "Hey, we're taking over the city as bad guys. Go be bad." I think
have fun. It's a playground.
Because that's kind of what we saw happening at the end of the episode. Not to jump that far ahead, but like we saw them being told like at 9 o'clock. Go ahead, do what you want.
9 o'clock and all is well.
Right.
Let's go.
Start beating people up.
Yeah, sorry. It's totally inappropriate for this scene, and I apologize. But now we're going to go backwards a little bit. Yes. And I want to talk about Brother Blood a little bit, too, because the whole time we know that Laurel was right. We've known for episodes, that she's been right. And so finally, she's coming to surface as a sober individual, and her father's like, now, Laurel, honey. She's like, no, I swear, Dad.
I think
like, seriously.
That was a really great part when she was like, look, I know I came to you and I was on drugs and I was drunk and I said that he was bad. You're right. You shouldn't have believed me. But now I'm sober. Believe me.
Yeah. He's still bad.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's cool that she had her moment to contribute to this whole massacre, if you will. Indirectly, because obviously later on she confronted the team to be a part of the team, which the door got slammed on her. But whatever.
She doesn't care about doors.
No! Kicks them down. Come on, you can do anything. Her whole speech to Oliver.
We'll get there.
Okay, I'll leave it alone for now. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that was her contribution. I like that each character has had some sort of contribution. That's the best word I could say to this whole entire scenario. It will lead. I say it'll lead to something bigger.
Yeah, no, I loved that in this episode she really had a lot to do and say and like further the plot, whereas up until now I feel like she's been, you know, damsel in distress and like, I'm a strong lawyer but really I have a drug addiction and like I need your help, and my sister is a bad person but she's a good person and she's dead and I'm alive and I don't know what to do with my life. But finally this episode she was like, hey, I think Blood is a bad guy.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna bug his desk. Hey, I know that you're the Arrow, and I'm going to be part of this team.
Yeah, she has purpose, a lot of it. And, you know, and then we get to see a little bit of her connection with Oliver. For the past few episodes, it's been him and Sarah and whomever else he's chosen to involve himself with, and they had their light moments here and there. We've seen flashbacks of the relationship, but I like that she was still telling him, like, Oliver, I know you. I know you like I know my own name. Great line, by the way.
Is it?
It was a great line.
Tell me.
It was.
Tell me.
Girl, I'm telling you. So, no, it was a great line. I like that she said that. He needed somebody to get behind his back. You know, Felicity was trying to tell him as well. They had their moment, the moment where Felicity's like, no, Oliver, please.
The moment where he's going to kill himself and sacrifice himself to Slade. And that was the moment he missed there was a kiss moment that was ignored.
Completely.
They should have, even just a peck on the cheek is all I wanted.
Okay. I would have taken a peck on the cheek. I think a peck on the cheek would have been very appropriate. If that was their first kiss, like, I acknowledge, I know you have a big crush on me. I have some feelings for you too. I might die tonight, so let me at least give you your one last kiss. Only because other people were around. If I want a first kiss, I want it romantic, I want it genuine, and I want it because we are just vibing, connecting, not because I'm wimping out and I'm going to go just turn myself over.
He basically was like, I'm going to go kill myself.
Yes.
This is the last chance to tell her that she is important to him, and he doesn't give her a kiss on the cheek. That's so messed up.
Maybe, you know what? Since he's on this whole selfish selflessness, but he thinks just selfless note, maybe he thinks, okay, this girl loves me, and the last thing I'm going to do is get her hopes up and then
die.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway, back to Laurel's super overdramatic speech.
It was, but I liked it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to hate on it.
I'm going to hate on it.
Go for it, please.
I think it was too much. I think it was very, dare I say, CW. It was very, very, I know who you are. I know what, I wrote it down. I know who you are in your bones, who you are beneath there. I know everything. I love you. We used to love each other. Blah, blah, blah. Sappy, love sap.
God.
Sorry. It was just out of the entire episode, all of a sudden we needed this 2-minute speech of her really expressing herself in the most like, wah, wah, wah way.
Yeah. I have to bring up one of our Twitter followers, Stay Sinners. Funny. I'm not going to read everything, but it's just funny because this person's like, let's not forget, Ollie, we can fight them. No, sorry. The part where she's like, fight, you can fight. And then the one moment, there's some people coming at them and she freaks out and she's like, we can't fight them. Of course, this person had their own name calling. Funny. I won't say it on air though. But anyway, just to acknowledge I did get your tweet. Going back to
Laurel's
the speech.
It's fine. I just needed to hate on it.
Here's the thing, though. What did you think about the fact that when she was trying to join the team the first time around, she's in the lair, and she's like, yeah, so we're going to do this. And Oliver's like, actually, he doesn't say it like that, but basically this started with the three of us, and this is where it's going to end. No more. Ooh, down.
I think it was a great moment. I think what happened was it was basically like an opening for the future. I think it was basically them saying, hey, there's really just three of us. That's not true. She's going to eventually become Black Canary and join us. That's what that was. I think that was like hey, fans, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened right there. Also, it was very clear that when he told her she couldn't come, she was going to join them.
Of course. We saw that coming. That was very predictable. And then when they do go, okay, so I don't know if rewinding, I might be fast forwarding, but going into the restaurant. So Brother Blood goes into this restaurant, right, with his security guard. And he's like, nothing's going to happen to me here. We're cool.
Right.
Shoo shoo. Goes on his merry way in the elevator, and here comes Diggle. I'm like, okay, something's going down, right? And we have to bring up their unique form of blackmail.
The interrogation was the greatest scene of the entire episode. When he was like, oh, I don't need, I'm not afraid of you beating me up. And he's like, I'm not doing the interrogating.
I'm cool.
Oh, Felicity's a genius. It was wonderful.
Yeah. You get him where it counts.
Yeah.
In his pockets.
That's where it matters.
But I love that they wrote it in to where it was a charity. They didn't just take his money. They could have taken his money and they could have transferred it over to the Queen family since they lost everything.
Yeah.
But no. So what's your favorite charity? Great. Let's go ahead and transfer that money. Oh, look at this. Mom and Dad have a nice little nest egg too. Stop.
It was it was so
very
Felicity.
Clever.
So Felicity.
Very clever.
I love it.
Felicity was pretty obsessed with all the equipment too when she was in Arragus.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, wait, a random fly just dropped down.
The fly was also excited about Felicity getting excited.
That's hilarious. But Yeah, she was a little, ooh, ha,
Can I touch it? Is that weird?
Yeah.
I just want to touch it.
Yeah.
That's the greatest
Cute.
statement
Little
ever.
moments. It's little moments like that we love so much about her. Anyway, so going back to the Japanese restaurant, did you think, you and I were trying to predict, and I don't know if you were trying to predict as well too, but in seeing the previews last week, who is Oliver admitting that he's the Arrow to? I'm going to say I thought it was Thea.
I thought it was going to be Walter.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just thought, because I thought it's not going to be Thea.
Right.
Because all she wants is the truth, so we're not going to give it to her. I thought it was going to be Walter for some reason.
Well, we were both wrong.
Yeah.
We suck. Okay, but anyway, so it's the last person I thought would be Brother Blood. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because now that he knows who you are, will that change things?
I think what Oliver told him was really an interesting way to tell him, was not only am I telling you that I'm the Arrow, I'm letting you know, hey, Slade is playing you. Like, you are totally...
Very right.
And I think it goes back to your question about the, you know, what are they getting out of following Slade's army, is that he was promised a lot of things. And he kind of said, like, you know, Slade promised me that I would be the mayor, and here I am the mayor. So I guess they're being promised stuff that we don't know. The army members. That's my guess.
Yeah. Got it. Sorry, I'm going to be honest with you. I was reading a text right now because I fluffed up, and I'm so sorry. So going back to the person, at Stationers.
Yeah.
I want to make my correction. Okay, so my fault. You were referring to the fact that Laurel revealed Oliver's identity in front of all the bad guys. I don't even recall her saying Oliver. I was so into the scene, I didn't even hear that.
I definitely noticed that, and it made me think of, which is really weird, the trailer for the new Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Gwen Stacy accidentally says, Peter, oh no. Anyway, it just made me think of that. She totally did reveal that he is Oliver.
And that is why you were not supposed to be on the team.
Yeah.
Fired. She's fired. Not even on the team, and she's been let go already.
I can't wait for the day that she has a secret identity. Like, oh, I'm really this person. Wait, what?
Right? Canary.
Who am I?
She doesn't respond to her code name. Laurel, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I also wanted to talk about the island a little bit, too. I like clumping that one into just one conversation. But they took a lot of direct references, which they do every episode anyway. But one of the things I want to talk about is when they're in that submarine and that guy Peter comes forward and he's been injected with some sort of radiation, part of Dr. Ivo's and Slade's concoction of things. It's funny how you see all these little situations contribute to who Oliver is today. You know, and he directly quoted what the gentleman had said.
Yeah, the essence of heroism is, I have it. Oh my gosh, I have it here.
I have it somewhere in my notes as well too, as we scroll around.
Yeah, it was to save others. It's sacrifice yourself
to save others. Yeah.
Yeah, so die so others can live.
Yeah.
That is the essence of heroism. And he gives that, when he said that, when Oliver said it, I was like, I don't recall anybody ever saying that. And then we were like, oh, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too, and I love Oliver's honesty, because when Peter's about to get into the torpedo, Peter's like, you're brave too, and you did this, that, and whatever, and Oliver's like, no, I'm not.
I just wanted to go home.
Yeah, I was thinking about myself. And it was really cool to hear the guy say, well, that's maybe how you feel now, but that's not who you're going to be, or who you might not be tomorrow. Or I'm not sure how he said it exactly.
I wrote it down.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oliver says, I don't think about saving people. That's not who I am. And then Peter said, maybe not yet. Oh, beautiful.
Amazing. That's why you are here with me. You pick me up when I fall down. Okay.
This is a team.
Yes, exactly. But the other interesting thing is, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but he's telling Sarah to stay behind, to stay safe, which is a little parallel to him telling Laurel to stay behind in the future.
Yeah.
However, in this instance, we hear Sarah on the walkie, right? And I feel like this might be where we lose Sarah, as far as the island is concerned, where their separation may have happened, because he's like, Sarah, stay safe, we'll come get you, whatever. Sarah, Oliver.
You think that's where it was that he thought she died?
Potentially, yes. I think that could be where I could see that happening. That's me.
But that means that we won't get to see Katie Lotz for a long time.
On the island?
Yeah, but if she left, I think that if that's how they're going to do it, it's because she's left in current time and she's gone on the island. And I think that we won't see her for
I think she's coming back. Definitely before the season finale.
All right.
I mean, she left. We know. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I want to make sure that I've covered everything that I want to talk about. We went over the Army. We went over why I feel like they shouldn't follow Slade Wilson, and that's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
Did I miss anything else? Please, person who picks me up when I fall down, is there anything that I missed?
I think we covered the Army, we covered the island, we covered the funeral, we covered a lot of things today. We covered a lot tonight.
Good. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this one short and go right to news and gossip then.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so we are in a different studio tonight. I had some video that was given to me by one of our Twitter followers, but unfortunately, I can't play it tonight. We'll do it next week.
You should tweet it out.
Yeah, but then I won't have anything to show next week.
All right.
Just kidding. Okay, so I wanted to pull up some pictures. Tonight it is my tribute to Moira because obviously we won't be seeing her unless it's flashbacks for a little while. I thought this was really funny. I don't know if this is pulled up for everybody else to see. Is it? Okay. The little quote that says, "If any member of my family so much gets a paper cut." And it's a picture of Moira. And it's true. It's cute. And you know, I just talked about it so much last week that as much as this woman is so deceptive and everything else, it's always for her family. It's always been about them.
She's such a mama bear.
She is. A very corrupt, odd way of being a mama bear, but she is. Okay, let's go to our next picture. And this, get it, Susanna Thompson. She just looks fierce and amazing and beautiful, and I had to show this picture. I'm not sure if this is from anything specific. I feel like it's just a shoot for something. I don't know if it's character driven or not, but a lovely picture at that. And I just wanted to show that this evening. So this is Nysa, obviously.
Nyssa.
She's coming back. Nyssa, my apologies. She is definitely coming back. And that's where, when I was just talking about, that's where Sarah went. When she says she's going to see an old friend, this is who she's going to see. And she's bringing them back. These next episodes, guys, as it winds down, are going to be huge. Huge. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave that picture. That's a little flash picture, so I want to scroll to my notes really, really quickly. Okay, so they've already begun filming some stuff for Flash. This is Grant, as you can see in this handy-dandy picture, which was designed, his suit was designed by Oscar-winning designer Colleen Atwood, who was also a part of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, and the Huntsman. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I'm not trying to talk trash. You did a phenomenal job in Alice in Wonderland. That Flash costume? I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, they have to make a costume based off the character.
Yeah.
They can't just like up and redo it. That's what they did for with Quicksilver for the new X-Men movie, and everybody's furious. So you got to do something that fits with the character. And yeah, it looks dumb, but that's what the character
can I get
wore.
some muscles built into the costume?
Have you seen the actor?
Yeah, I know.
They can't just make that happen.
I don't know. Anyways, I just thought, so what I wanted to do is read off, it's a official season finale release.
Ooh.
So Oliver must decide once and for all if he is a killer or a hero. We saw a little bit of that tonight when Felicity was having the phone conversation with him and saying, you know, Oliver, if we explode, obviously it didn't happen, but you know, he was planning on doing an explosion.
Yeah.
You're killing all these men. Well, they're not men anymore. Okay, so anyways, so Slade moves forward with his plan to kill one more person in Oliver's life. While Oliver has fought all year to be more than a killer that he once was, when Slade kidnaps someone close to Oliver's heart, Oliver is pushed to the edge and realizes sometimes that it takes doing the unthinkable to stop a monster. Meanwhile, Diggle takes on Amanda Waller with a little help from some friends, and Thea turns to Roy in her time of need. Okay, well, Roy was definitely unconscious this episode, so obviously he's coming to rather quickly, thank goodness. So that is my little thing over there. Do you have any news?
I don't have news.
You don't have any news. Shame on you. Okay, let's see if what else I have in my notes. Potential spoilers. I'm not going to read any potential spoilers. I'll let you guys go read them if you want to. Do I have any more pictures left? I'm good. Okay, so then that's my news and gossip for now. We'll watch our video next week. Let's get into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, would you like to start with your predictions first, or shall
I will start.
Okay, do it.
Malcolm is coming back.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I think that I think the person who's going to end up being the final person that Slade is trying to kill is going to be Thea.
Try to is the key word,
yes.
though.
I think that because he said there's one more person he wants to kill, I think it's going to be Thea, because as much as he loves Laurel and Sarah,
it wouldn't hurt him as much as it would if it was Thea.
Yeah. And it's all about destroying him for life. That's my...
What?
I just changed my mind.
What?
It's Felicity.
I'm sorry, I just got a Twitter. That's funny. Okay, Staceners is tweeting me again. Is it wrong to hope he kidnaps Felicity? Yes! Is it wrong to hope so? Only if it ends with Oliver rescuing her and giving her a big fat kiss on the lips. Then I'm okay with that. Realizing how important she is in his life. Sometimes you gotta lose something to realize how important it is.
I just predict that no one else is going to die.
I don't think so either. But did you notice, because we were talking about when Malcolm comes back, did you notice he was in his Dark Archer attire?
Yeah. Yes.
So he's here to fight.
I know, I'm so excited.
Oh, I mean, all-out war is about to happen, like craziness. I just hope that this episode, because, you know, the season finale last year ended with a huge turning point of a death. This one, I'm gonna say I hope it's not a death, but I'd like to have something that's a cliffhanger, but at the same time, something that leads to me having so much hope for the next season.
Personally, I think that we had our big death for the season.
Yeah.
Because it was shocking. It was insane.
Now, do you think, because, you know, Mike likes to say that he thinks that Katie Lotz's character, Sarah, is going to be the one that's going to get the axe. Do you think that's going to happen this season?
I don't think it's going to happen this season, but I definitely do think it'll happen.
I hope she just resigns. I don't want to see her die. But I think that's just because I really like Katie, having her in. She's a great person. You don't want to see her not be on the show anymore.
And even when she's not on the show, she can come in and watch with us.
And be a flashback.
Yeah. Those are my predictions.
Nice predictions. I think I interjected mine a little bit into that as far as, I mean, it's going to be a huge war. Pretty basic, right? But I don't know if it'll be... I honestly think it's going to be Thea that's going to be kidnapped. That's my personal... Anyhow, that wraps up tonight's show.
Yeah.
If you want, you can continue the conversation by following us. I'm Alikona Bradford. Once again, you can follow me at KissMyPassport, or you can find me on my website. It's alikonabradford.wix.com/television host.
You can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. And on there, you'll find interviews with the stars of The Tomorrow People, Once Upon a Time, The 100, a lot of other shows. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest, all that. Yael Tygiel, that's YAELTYGIEL.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up tonight's episode. We will see you next week for another exciting show on Arrow.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.